Hey, what's going on everybody, and welcome back to another Fallout 4 mod Throwback. Now, as you may know, this is now a community-driven show, meaning you guys actually get to choose the mods that we cover for each throwback. One of the most liked comments in the last video was for me to check out the Cult 6520 by Navarro. If you'd like to leave a selection for next week's video, you can go ahead and leave that in the comments of this one, and I will be checking those out later after the video goes live. Now, the Colt 6520 is actually a classic weapon from Fallout's history. This is the 10mm pistol from Fallout 1 and 2. Now, there are a handful of renditions of this thing available for Fallout 4, not only on the Nexus, but also in the Creation Club. But I do particularly like this version here by Navarro. This is a really interesting modernized take on the pistol, and I really like the features that it has. For starters, the original 10mm pistol actually featured a cylinder, interestingly enough, meaning that it was a revolver. But instead, this one is magazine fed, and what was the original cylinder location, they have instead replaced with a side-mounted rail, where you can actually attach a laser that has a nice little half-cylinder style that kind of resembles the way the original cylinder looked, which is a nice little callback. I actually really like this rendition. It's very sleek and modernized and fits very well in with a lot of modern weapons while still having that nice callback to the original design. It also comes complete with custom animations that look very, very nice and hold up with just about any other modern weapon mod. On top of that, this mod does use Fallout 4's weapon modification system, so you can fully customize it to your liking, even allowing for options like scopes, suppressors, and full auto. Now, this thing is added to the leveled list, and you can find it out in the world as well as on merchants, and you can even find legendary versions. I was lucky enough to get one while capturing some B-roll, which was a pretty nice coincidence. Or you can actually just grab this thing via the quest that pops up as soon as you install it. That's going to take you over to the Vault-Tec Regional HQ. As soon as you head in through the main doors, you're going to want to take an immediate right and go down the elevator. Once you go down, you immediately see this thing on the ground on a dead soldier. Pick it up and it's yours. There's also a unique legendary variant out in the world, hint being that it is found on somebody important. Now, I think that's enough info dumping for now. Let's go ahead and take this thing in-game and see just exactly what it has to offer. So here we are in-game. Now, this weapon actually features custom sounds as well as custom equipping sounds. So I'm going to go ahead and let you have a listen to that. And then it also has custom firing animations, reloads, and custom sounds for those as well. Just beautiful. I really like the iron sights on this thing. Very nice, simple, and easy to use. And the recoil pattern is very nice as well. So when you first pick this thing up with no perks and no attachments, it's going to have a base damage of 25. It shoots 10mm rounds, of course, because it is the classic 10mm pistol. It has a fire rate of 46, a range of 83, an accuracy of 61, a weight of 3.5 pounds, and a value of 50 caps. And as you can see, this thing is just beautiful. It has that nice little hand grip that you'll never actually use, but it is there to call back to the original aesthetics. Now, there is a good little bit of customization to this thing. We can start by heading to a weapons workbench and modifying the receivers. From there, we have the standard receiver, the light and heavy frame, the calibrated receiver, the hardened receiver. We can actually chamber this thing into a fully automatic receiver, an armor-piercing automatic receiver, the hair trigger receiver, powerful receiver, hardened automatic, calibrated powerful, hardened piercing automatic, advanced, and finally powerful automatic. The highest semi-auto being advanced and the highest full auto being powerful automatic. We do see options for barrels, although there's actually nothing there. Same goes for the grips. However, we do have some magazine options. Your standard magazine, your standard quick eject, large, and then large quick eject. For sights, we have our standard sights, our glow sights, which will add some nice bright glowing iron sights, the reflex sight, which adds its own nice little mount there, and then the medium scope, very reminiscent of the 9mm from New Vegas with a scope added to it. Then for muzzles, we do have the option to add a suppressor. And then we can choose to add on a laser. So, right there on that Picatinny rail on the side we talked about, you throw on the laser sight, and now you have a nice little side-mounted laser. Like I said, resembling the cylinder that used to be there. And then finally, there are damage modifiers from 0 up to 99% if you need that in your load order. And now for everybody's favorite portion, the weapon test. We're going to be testing this weapon 3 times, every time with no perks. So that's going to be no commando perk and no gunslinger perk. We're just going to be testing this raw weapon stats, starting with the basic version of the pistol with no modifications, then again with the highest damage receiver, and then again with the highest damage automatic receiver, and see how this thing performs at its core. So starting with the basic version of the weapon here. Each magazine has 12 bullets, so let's count them up. Looks like it's going to be just over 2 mags. And a little bit more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 will do it. So that puts us at 29 rounds out of the base pistol. Honestly, not too shabby considering we have no perks, and that was a fully grown Deathclaw. Let's see how we do with the fully advanced receiver. Now, this is still semi-automatic, just with the highest damage we can achieve there. Almost done in 1 magazine. 14 bullets did it, so cut our time in half essentially. Now, the next one is going to be a slightly lower damage because it is full auto, but it shoots much faster. So this is going to be more about time to kill than the number of bullets. So there we go. In exactly 24 bullets, that thing is down, but much faster than with semi-automatic. And so that is the Colt 6520. Definitely an interesting modern take on a classic Fallout weapon. I really do like this thing, and I think it has a nice permanent slot in my load order. Somehow I just never got around to downloading this one, and I really do regret that, as this is a nice little piece of work here. So if you want to try downloading this for yourself, it will be linked in the description as always, along with the Xbox version of this mod. One thing I did forget to mention is there's actually an additional patch that you can download for this thing that will replace the vanilla 10mm pistol with this one. So if you do prefer this and you don't like the vanilla one in Fallout 4, you can actually switch them up, which is pretty cool. But with that, we bring this video to a close. Don't forget to submit a suggestion down below for what mod you want to see covered in the next Fallout mod Throwback. We're trying to cover things that are a little bit more in the past, but don't worry if it's a little bit current, just as long as it's not brand spanking new. And hey, don't forget to support the author of this mod. If you enjoyed it, endorse it. Consider donating if that's something you're able to do, but most of all, just support all of their hard work. And if you enjoyed this video, drop a rating. Subscribe if you haven't already for more videos just like this, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace! And really quick, I'd like to make a shout out to all of our patrons. Your donations are greatly appreciated and really help to support the channel and videos just like this one. So again, thank you.